Okay, this is part 2 of our root chakra. And I've just explained about a woman's 4 appendages that emanate from her ovaries. And it's not really 2 from each. It's not that, specific. I don't think so. I'm still learning about this, but in 28 years of seeing this, I don't really see any specific aspect of origin of these vortexes of light, these 4 appendages that emanate both in a man and a woman from the area of the perineal basket, or the footboard, the basement of the spinal area. Okay, so I was talking about how a woman's appendages drape along Earth. Now, both in a man and a woman, in a male and a female, these appendages have at the end of them, they look kind of like dandelions. They are white, puffy emanations of light. And these are where we collect energy that sustains us. Now, in a woman, these drape along the bottom of their appendages, these drapery-like things that glide along, like say the train of a gown. Okay, like a wedding gown has a train, so this drapes along behind. Oh, my charger fell down. Okay, so the drapery trains along, and so it's like this. You've got this appendage coming out, like so, and then it drapes along. And there's 4 of them on a woman, and there's 4 on a man as well. But on the male's appendages, these appendages only go down about as far as the knee. Guys don't reproduce, so they don't have to have this connection to Earth. That's not to say we don't have a connection to Earth, but we don't have the direct connection to Earth as the woman does. So we pick up our energy just off the surface of the Earth. So the woman can have this same ability to collect energy off the face of the Earth like the guy does, but the guy is only able to collect energies off the face of the Earth. Now, the guy's appendages are more flexible than the woman's. They actually kind of come down and can bend back up. So a lot of times they're like, it's kind of hard, like this. They come out and they kind of bend out like that. So, and they have these dandelion-like puffs of light that are whitish gray. And they really do kind of look like dandelions. So, um, guys usually only have one puff at the end of each of their 4 appendages, where the woman with the female with their drapery thing have a multitude of these collector things, emanations at the end of their drapery-like appendages. A guy's appendage is more tornadic, meaning like a tornado. The vortex is more pronounced, where the woman's is less pronounced as a tornadic type of vortex, and it's more like a it's still, they're still vortexes, but they're it's less dense. It's not more than 1 or more than 4, let's say. So each individual drapery is like a thinned out version of the vortex, the male vortex. It's thinned out, so it's narrower and finer. The densification is finer. It's less gross. Not gross like ugly. Gross like dense. Okay, so, all right, so that's kind of like the cartography of these appendages. The what of our root chakra. However, let's go a little bit further. Okay. What are these 4 appendages, and what is it that we're collecting? Well, as human beings, male and female, we are collecting energies that have a lot to do with our 4 protections. And these are protections that every man and every woman now alive ever has lived and ever will live possess as human beings. And these are our basic human rights. And we are inherently have a protection, a built-in protection, a built-in warranty, a lifelong warranty to have these. And the first one is substance. It's food and water. The first thing that we are collecting through these 4 appendages is a right to have nourishment, food and water. The second one is shelter, our right to have shelter. A protection is built into these. We're not talking about, protection against the elements, in a shelter. But we are talking about a protection that this is something that we just either have or don't have. And as human beings, we are protected in the essence that this is going to be something that will sustain us. And it's needed and wanted and will be there. Through thick and thin, it'll be there. Or else we just won't be human beings. The third one is family. Now, if we're alive, we've had a mom and a dad. That's just the way it works. And if we are a dad, like me, and I get together with a woman, the mom, and we procreate and we have a child, that child has a mom and a dad. That child has a family. I have a family in my spouse, my significant other, my co-creator of a child. I have a family. Um, my mom and dad each had a mom and a dad. So, I have a family. That is just one of the basic right to have. We have 4 rights to have, and they are protected within our human experience. And the 4th one, and it is not the least in importance at all. In fact, all these are of equal importance. There are no 2 that are more important than the other 2. There is no 1 that is more important than the other 3. These are all equal. The last one is our right to have, our right to love and be loved. To experience love is a basic part of being human, just as much as eating or drinking something, or, building a lean-to on a deserted island when there's hardly any wood even to build a lean-to to keep us out of the rain, or to, protect us from the cold or the heat, to protect us from the elements, to nourish ourselves, to procreate and ensure the survival of the species, to love a thing, or to love another human being, and to have another human being love us. To participate in the vibration of love is not a thing that is a matter of a higher chakra. Now, granted, the finer aspects of love are manifested in higher forms, less gross practices and manipulations and evolutionary, I don't know the right word. Okay, sometimes I'm scratching my head because I'm trying to think of the right word, and sometimes my hair itches, I don't know. Sometimes my beard itches. Anyway, to love and be loved is right there in the 4 aspects of our right to have. The right to have food and water, the right to have shelter, the right to have a family, and the right to love and be loved. These are our 4 aspects of the purposes behind the 4 emanations which extend out of our area at the base of our spine. Historically, this light comes out of what has been called the root chakra, or the base. It's our foundation of being human.